What we're going to show you now is our current AeroPress recipe. So AeroPress brewing, for those of you that's been following us, you know that we are kind of known to do some kind of full immersion brewing where we first do a concentrate and then we then dilute it. But what we want to show you today is a slightly different recipe. So we're going to start with 13 grams of coffee. In our world, relatively fine grind coffee, which is roughly 25 to 27 clicks on your standard Commandante. The water that we're using sits at 88 degrees Celsius, slightly lower, which is quite often our preference when it comes to AeroPress brewing. Gonna give it a quick swirl. We're gonna start doing an initial pour. I have the spoon with me here because we're gonna have to stir this as well. So we're gonna pour 50 grams, relatively fast, straight in. Give that a quick stir, making sure that all of the coffee is in contact with the water. Then we wanna flip this on. Let's flip it on. This is just to avoid a lot of the water to go down. I'm gonna let that sit for 30 seconds. Take it off and then pour the remaining part of my water. So we're taking it off and I'm going all the way up to 200. Again, a relatively quick pour just to make sure that all of that water goes in. Putting the top back on. So you can regulate this by yourself. It's relatively simple. So if the top is on, you're gonna have less water going through the brewer than if it's on. So that's just regulating how much do you want to go through and when in the process do you want that water to go through as well. So we're gonna let that steep for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And then I'm gonna do a relatively slow push all the way up to 2 minutes. And how you press down is actually really important. So you can manipulate the strength depending on what you're looking for. And we find that the slower the pour you do, the cleaner the beverage will be. So if you stress it and do it really, really quickly, you can end up with a slightly dirty version of the coffee. Now, when we do the dilution brew, which we have in another video here, we actually pull all the way down, making sure that all of the air in the brewer also go through. In this case, we're not doing that. We're stopping as soon as we have this kind of sizzling sound. And that's it. It's not much more complicated than that. What we're gonna get is a slightly lighter, more vibrant coffee than the dilution that we normally do. Very juicy, works perfect if you have a more kind of expressive filter coffee, like a Kenyan coffee, Ethiopian coffees. As per always, if you have any questions about this, just write down below in the comments. We're always happy to kind of help out. And yeah, try it out and enjoy the coffee.